the waves and run back again before they crash down. I like looking at the sky with all of its colors, the red, blues, and pinks. But most of all, I love to watch my parents. They were newly married, and they would sashay down the beach. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. They were madly in love, and I was watching them. I felt so happy and close to them. I was full of the joy of life. But then, things changed. The years went by, and after over 25 years of what I thought was a very happy marriage, my parents announced they were getting divorced. This news cut my heart. It felt like open heart surgery, no anesthesia. Just ached. And to add fertilizer to my frustration, about a year later, after the divorce, my father remarried. I wanted nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with this wedding. And those cuts in my heart, I then started to plant seeds of bitterness. All of my hurt, all of my frustration and anger, I just nurtured this and let it grow. I fed it everything from my heart. Gave it the softness, gave it the tenderness, until this little seed of bitterness grew and grew into a big, gnarled tree. No room for anyone. I wanted to tell my wife how much she meant to me, but I just pushed her away. I wanted to tell my father how I loved him, but I just lashed out at him. How could he do this to my mother, the woman who brought me into the world? Wanted to love, but I was just filled with anger and hate. I had no room for anyone, no light, and I was dying. I didn't know what to do. In desperation, I got down, and I cried out, "Help! Please, help!" Soon after that, the phone rang. It was my grandmother. My grandmother grew up in the Depression. She lived a very hard life. And she has shocking white hair. Every strand tells a story. And also, she's been married not once, not twice, but 5. And she wanted to take me to her favorite restaurant and tell me what she had learned through all of this life of hers. Her favorite restaurant is Ray's Boathouse here in Ballard. She took me there, sat me down, we had all the small talk and everything. And she said, "Now, you know, Robbie, the Bible says, do not let the sun go down on your indignation. Remember to forgive your loved ones every day. Now, you're a bright boy. Go look up the word indignation." I did. I know. Got the dictionary out. Indignation means righteous anger. That means you are ticked off and you have every right to be. That's indignation. But nevertheless, before the sun sets, you must forgive. When I realized that, my grandmother shared that hard-earned piece of wisdom with me. It was like the sun started to rise again. Little fingers of light started to penetrate my dark heart. this big tree in me started to slowly die. From that day, I began to practice forgiving. First, the little things, like with my wife. For example, the way she puts the toilet paper on the floor. My practice was just the little things, forgiving. And then working my way up to the bigger things, to our arguments, to our disagreements. And as I did this and kept practicing, this tree kept shrinking and shrinking. So finally it was gone. And its place was just a soft meadow with lots of room. Come on in, stay a while. With my father, I wasn't able to forgive him at first. But as I kept practicing over the years, eventually I was able to forgive even my father. And I'm so happy that I did. The other day, he came by with an ice cream cake to surprise my 4-year-old son for his birthday. My dad was there singing, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you." His eyes were twinkling in a grandfatherly way. My son was there, his face beaming, so happy to have such love in his life. And I watched them. I just thought, I'm so happy I let my father back into my life. I'm so happy and so grateful that my grandmother gave me this piece of eternal wisdom. And I share this with you so you can practice forgiving. And I invite you to forgive someone today. Tonight, before you go to bed, think of someone close to you. Husband or wife, family, friends. And think of something they've done that you're still holding on to. And forgive them from the bottom of your heart. And you too will feel light and joy fill your heart. And as we practice forgiving one another, we will all see that forgiveness is the key to the joy of life.